If you're a social media manager watching this and you feel stuck when it comes to niches, you're interested in everything, but you're confident in nothing, or you keep changing your niche, let's say every 2 weeks, because somebody online said theirs is printing money for them. This video is for you. Because in 2026, niching is not just about picking a random industry and forcing yourself to like it. It is about alignment, demand, and sustainability. Yes, you need to be aligned with your niche and you need to know if that niche is in demand and if it is sustainable for you. And if you get this wrong, I promise you, you will feel burnt out, you'll feel underpaid, and you will constantly feel like you're starting from scratch every single day. Hey guys, my name is Amabalaji Ajibari, your social media manager's favorite social media manager. And in this video, I am breaking down the best niches for social media managers in 2026, why these niches work, what skills they actually require, and how to choose your own niche in a way that actually makes sense long term. This video is not a quick video, so I'll tell you to buckle up and settle in. Now, let's talk about why niching will matter even more in 2026. Because a lot of people still think niching is optional. I've seen a lot of videos on Instagram of creators saying, oh, you don't need a niche, you just need to start. In 2026, brands and clients are not hiring any social media manager. They are hiring somebody who understands their world, someone who can create content easily, not someone after you've onboarded them and you started working with them, they're asking in a group chat, oh, please, how can I get content ideas for this brand I'm managing? Social media has matured, algorithms have become smarter, audience have become more skeptical, and businesses are tired of wasting money on content that looks nice but actually does nothing. So when a brand is choosing between a social media manager who can manage Instagram and a social media manager who understands their industry, their audience behavior, and conversion goals, you definitely know who they are going with. So, what kind of social media manager do you want to be? The second person will win almost every time. Everybody wants somebody that understands their industry, someone that understands how their audience behave, someone that understands how to convert the audience into paying customers. So, let's talk about how niching helps you. Niching helps you to speak more clearly in your content. It helps you attract better aligned clients, not clients that don't actually know what it is that they are doing or clients from another niche. It helps you charge more confidently because you are in that niche. For somebody like me, I am in the social media marketing niche and also in the tech niche. It helps me charge confidently and say, this is how much this is going to cost you. This is how much I charge for this particular service because it's something I do every single day. It also helps you work faster because you're not relearning every single time. You are a pro. You know how this thing works. You've done it repetitively. This does not mean that you can only work with one type of client forever. It just means that you lead with clarity every single time when you are working with the client. Now, let's get into what this video is all about. Let's talk about the actual niches that are best for social media managers in 2026. I'm going to break down each one properly, not just what the niche is, but why it works and who it is for. Niche one, personal brands and creators. Yes. A lot of people, it doesn't matter what niche they are in, but I can tell you this niche is getting bigger, not smaller. A lot of people are becoming creators, and creators are no longer just influencers. Creators are now businesses. So if you're someone that is looking for, oh, can I be a social media manager to creators? Yes. A lot of creators sell courses, they sell coaching, books, membership, events, digital products, brand deals, and services. And because their brand is literally their face, their voice, their story, social media is not optional for them. Social media is not optional for creators. A lot of influencers are turning into creators now. What personal brands need in 2026, what creators need in 2026 is not just posting. No, they need way more than that. So if you are looking for one niche to go into, this is one you need to go into. Now, what do these people need? They need content strategy across multiple platforms. They need you to be able to tell them, okay, this is how it works on this platform, or this is how it works on that platform. They need a report proposing system, because they cannot be posting the same video on Instagram, posting it on TikTok, on Twitter, on LinkedIn also. They need how to cut long form content to short form workflows. They need launch support. They need analytics that actually make sense. And they need community engagement, because a lot of them, including me, cannot keep up with their engagement. If you enjoy working closely with one person, helping them refine their voice, helping them to build authority and show up consistently, this niche is powerful. This niche also allows you to grow with your client. As their brand grows, your role grows, and your pay grows. Your pay should actually grow. And this niche works well, especially if you understand how YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, newsletters, or podcast content work. Niche 2 is service-based businesses. Now, this is one of the most underrated niches, and honestly, one of the most stable, because service-based businesses don't care about going viral. They don't. They care about leads, they care about trust, and they care about visibility. That's what most service-based businesses that know what they are doing care about. You want to think consultants, coaches, lawyers, therapists, maybe real estate agents, clinics, or social media agencies. These are the people that are service-based businesses. And in 2026, people are researching before they actually buy. They are checking Instagram, they're checking LinkedIn, they're checking Google, they're checking reviews. If you can help a service business grow, if you can help them to show their expertise through content, you can help them to build authority and trust. You can help them to use their testimonials and case studies. You can help them to turn their content into inquiries. You will become a revenue asset and not a cost, and you will make good money in 2026. Now, this niche is great if you like strategy, if you like education-based content, and if you like seeing clear business impact. This is the niche you should go to. And it is also easier to justify monthly retainers here, because the link between content and income is actually clearer, because it is a service-based business. The next niche is the tech, SaaS, and startup. Now, this niche is not for beginners. It is not beginner friendly, but it is high value. Now, tech companies don't just want content, they want positioning. That's why I said, beginners, please leave tech and SaaS companies and startups. They don't want that. They care about product storytelling, they care about feature education, community growth, metrics and reporting, funnels and conversion. They will stress your life. So if you're a beginner, I don't think you want to start with a startup or tech company or a SaaS company. And in 2026, many startups are choosing content first instead of ads. This means that social media managers who understand how to educate users and build trust are in demand. So if you enjoy analytics, if you enjoy strategy, if you enjoy writing thoughtful content, if you enjoy explaining complex ideas and making it very simple to a dummy, this niche can work really well for you. It often comes with higher pay, but also higher expectations and more stress. So this is a niche you grow into, not to rush into. Okay? Number 4 is e-commerce and product-based brands. Now, e-commerce has changed a lot from what we knew it as when we started as social media managers. I know it has changed from what I knew it as 10 years ago. Brands can no longer just post product photos and expect sales. In 2026, e-commerce content looks more like creator content. It is more story-driven. It is more educational. It is more entertaining. It is more relatable. Yes, that's what products are. Now, if you do not understand what short form video is, what UGC is, what UGC strategy is, TikTok shop, Instagram shopping, and influencer style content, this niche is not for you. But if you actually understand all of these things, this niche has a lot of opportunities for you. And brands care deeply about performance. So they are very keen on the analytics. They want to know if that content actually sold, if it actually converted, because they will be asking you for analytics every single time. They will ask you, did it actually move people to the website? And this niche is great if you actually like fast-paced environments and you like measurable results. If you're not somebody that likes numbers or you don't like data, forget about this niche. The next one is the community-led and mission-driven brands. Now, this niche is one that is growing quietly. We could call them like the late bloomers. We're thinking membership communities, online academics, non-profits, faith-based organizations, and education platform. Now, these brands care about engagement more than reach. They care about the likes, they care about the shares, they care about the comments, they care about the follows more than the reach. Yes, that's what they care about. They want more conversation in the comments, they want more retention, they want more trust, they want more loyalty. If you are someone that enjoys nurturing audiences, you enjoy managing conversations, you enjoy creating meaningful content, this niche can be deeply fulfilling for you. And it often leads to long-term contracts and deeper relationship, even if the pay starts modestly. It's actually quite small because it's faith-based organization, non-profit and all of that. Let me be honest with you for a second. The beauty niche, the fashion niche, the lifestyle niche, they are crowded. They are not dead, but surface level social media management will struggle when it comes to the beauty, fashion, and lifestyle niches. And if you want to work with those niches in 2026, you need to have a clear angle. For example, beauty brands are mostly now focused on TikTok Shop. Fashion brands are focused more on influencer marketing. And lifestyle brands are more focused on community or education. If you don't specialize within the niche, you will blend in. You won't stand out. You will blend in and you will struggle. And you'll be like, oh my God, I'm not seeing results. I told you. How do you choose a niche without overthinking it? This is the part where a lot of people mess it up. You don't choose a niche because somebody says it pays well, or you see somebody posting numbers and you choose it. You choose a niche by asking better questions. First, you need to ask, what type of content do you enjoy working with? What type of content do you actually enjoy creating? Is it talking head videos? Is it carousels? Is it long captions? Is it short videos? Is it analytics heavy work? Secondly, what kind of clients do you enjoy dealing with? Because this will help you make your decision. Do you like fast-paced founders? Do you like calm service providers? Do you like structured teams? Or do you like solo content creators? Then third, what problems do you enjoy solving? Do you enjoy solving growth problems, visibility problems, conversions, community launches? This will help you also narrow down your decision. Fourth, you need to ask yourself, who can realistically pay you consistently? Because your niches should sit at the intersection of skill, interest, and demand. Yeah. And you should also be getting paid. Ego, money is important. Should you niche down or should you stay flexible? I get asked that question a lot. Here is my honest take. Niche your messaging, not your potential. A lot of you are niching your potential instead of your messaging. Position yourself clearly so that clients understand who you help, but build skills that can transfer across industries so you are never stuck. Because, see, your niche is a starting point. It is not a prison. It's not supposed to box you in. It is your starting point. It is where you start from. So, here's my final word for you. In conclusion, if you're new, pick one niche and commit to it for 6 months. Learn deeply about that niche. Build case studies. Refine your messages. Clarity comes from action, not thinking. A lot of you are spending so much time thinking. Clarity comes from action, not thinking. And if you want help understanding how to position yourself, how to build confidence, and actually make money as a social media manager, that's what I teach in my mentorship and through the Social Media Manager Bible. It is linked in the description. All details are below. And if this video helped you, don't forget to like it, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.